forgetting I got this shirt behind me. I gotta wear it one of these days. I lived in Las Vegas for quite a few quite a few years, and not one of my favorite places to live. The food was fucking really good. Just a weird place in general, but I'll talk more about that on Facebook Live. Um, Two celebrity I've met. I'll tell you the one worst celebrity encounter I've ever had, and I'll tell you the best celebrity encounter I've ever had. Um, I used to go to Gold's Gym on Sahara and Decatur in Vegas, and you'd see all kinds of people that would just pop in from wherever. And oh, this is such a stupid story, but Andrew Dice Clay came in, and my dad always fucking makes me do the dumb shit. And this is before cameras, you know what I mean, camera phones. And I was like, ask him for an autograph, and I'm like. So meanwhile, Andrew Dice Clay's on a bench with four other small little Weasley-looking weirdos, and Andrew Dice Clay is probably, he seems like he's a little taller than me, but he has zero muscle, and he's probably benching about 135 pounds. And I'm not even really a fan of his, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in the 80s, he was popular for, I don't know, you know? I always thought Sam Kinison was funner. So anyways, no one in the gym. I go up to him and I said, "Hey, Mr. Clay, could I have an autograph?" And I had a pen and a piece of paper. His this is before COVID. This is how cutting edge this guy was. His bodyguard, who was like a fraction of my size, steps in front of me, takes the pen and piece of paper, and he goes to give it to him. He goes, no, get me another pen and get a piece of paper behind the desk from the lady. I'm probably like 24 years old, I don't know, 22 years old, whatever. And my dad's over there, and my dad's not somebody you want to fucking get upset. So he goes and he's like, throws my shit out and makes a big production to sign his autograph, and he hands it to the guy to hand back to me. And I said, you know what, dude, I don't know. This isn't how you fucking treat people. And I rolled the thing up and said, fuck off, and walked away from him, you know. And my dad's like, well, what happened? I said, I don't, you know. I told him. He's like, get out of here. I said, yeah. I met a lot of. I'm not a celebrity person, to be honest with you. Celebrities that I like, none of you guys would even really know who they are, anyways. You know what I mean? So I had a guy on my pest control route. I can't really name, but he was in a TV show called The Rockford Files, and just a fucking. He was a crazy Italian guy. Okay, I'll just put it at that. Like. First time I met him, I just said, there's no way that I'm going to end up, he's going to cancel and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, he was just very, you know, short. And, you know, I'm not short like, you know, stature-wise. Just very short, and, you know, blah, like, you know, how most Italians are from New York City. But he became probably one of the best customers I've ever had in my life. Like, he would tell me to, call me, stop by, and at the time I really didn't smoke weed. I really don't now either, but he'd come over and he'd be like, here, I got you some weed, man, I just grew it. And I'm like, you know. And I remember one time I was going to Papa Roach with my friend who was in a wheelchair, and he called me and he goes, man, I seen one of those big water bugs that came up the drain. My wife's, I've never even met his wife. You know, I've got tons of Vegas stories, like fucking George Knapp, that weirdo from the news. I go, bro, I'm going to the House of Blues in like 10 minutes. He goes, man, it would mean the world to me, you know, if you could stop by and just, and I go, he literally lived I lived in a fucking pretty slamming neighborhood in Las Vegas. My friend's parents bought this fucking, for lack of a better word, it was a mansion to me. But I went over there, sprayed the thing. He was so thrilled. I don't remember what he ended up giving me for a tip later on. I didn't even, whatever. But he was just such a, he was just such a cool dude. Like, he would tell me stories, about he was in Ocean's 11. That's right, he was in Ocean's 11. And just a real, after you got to know him, I mean, man, the guy could do anything. He showed me checks he got from the residuals from Ocean's 11. He bought a decent house, nothing fancy. He put a water, just nice stuff he put in. He could work with marble, he could work with his hands. So, I don't know, he was just one of these guys that, he would do acting and stuff, but he also was a mason, not that kind of mason. But just a really cool dude. He would talk to me about Quaaludes and shit, and he's like, man, I gotta get you some Quaaludes. You can still get them, and you gotta try one of these. And I'd go, he was just, man. I've met some characters in Vegas from pest control guys that I've worked with that I can't even. It would make a good live stream. I'll have to remember that. But yeah, Andrew Dice Clay, total dickhead. The guy looked. It's not even that good of a story, but it's a story.